And welcome back to the Dark Cosmic Universe. My name is Avian. Today we're going to go looking through some of my collections. I thought it'd be kind of cool and very appropriate since we have the Tears of the Kingdom coming up. If you are a Legend of Zelda fan, if you know who Link is, and you're aware of Hyrule, you're probably familiar with some of these characters that I'm showing here. If not, if this is your first time exploring the Legend of Zelda, or learning about Link, or Ganon, or any of those incredible creatures that are out there, maybe this is a good start for you. And this would be, again, a start. I'm going to use that in quotes, because I don't know everything about The Legend of Zelda. I remember it as a kid, and I remember just having a good old time playing the original on the Nintendo Entertainment System, and just kind of being lost with the whole Link being the main character and helping the imprisoned, I guess that's the word you would say, Zelda, Princess Zelda, who was being captured, and her kingdom was in complete fear because of what Ganon did. Now again, I'm not going to point fingers at anyone, because if you watch the lore or you read any of the background, sometimes you feel a little bit sympathetic for some of the characters that are in there. And again, now in today's age, what I remember as people who are bad guys were misunderstood, or they had their own issues, and they really weren't bad guys. Figure that one out. There goes my childhood, and probably messed up your childhood as well. All right, well, anyway, we're going to do kind of a deep dive into what we have here. Again, I am not 100%, I am not the authority of Legend of Zelda. I don't eat, sleep, live it, but I know the basic premise, the basic ideas, and I'll try to pass some good information on for you. Now, if not, you do have the internet, you have YouTube here. There are a lot of more experienced YouTubers who have that knowledge, and they know all the intricacies and all, the conversations that happen and what's canon and what's not canon and legend. Again, I just like it because it's about figures, and it's something that I'm into and interested in. So hopefully we're going to go into this. I'm probably going to try to pick up some of these figures just to show. Now, I know they're going to get knocked over. Again, we've got, for many of the lines, we have the Legend of Zelda, which I will show originally because I've got one that started the whole entire collection off. We have some of the characters here from Ocarina of Time. We have some from The Wind Waker. I'm just looking around, just making sure I didn't skip anyone. But let's take a look at the collection as it is. Now again, most of these figures are approximately, they're in the 4-inch scale range. A lot of them, like Ganon over here, or Ganondorf. That's another thing I've yet to reconcile. He's almost under 5 inches. Now I have a Ganon over here who is a lot Ganondorf. I'm going to call him Ganon because that's how I remember him as. This wasn't the Ganon that I grew up on, but that's okay. He's a pretty cool Ganon. We have Ganon over here from The Wind Waker. Again, take a look at the size. We have some 3-inch figures, 3.5-inch figures. Over here we have Tingle. If you are familiar with the character who wanted to be, he wanted to be an elf. He wanted to be a fairy. I almost get caught for that. I know people are like, he wanted to be a fairy. He wasn't a fairy. But anyway, so we're going to take a look really close. Hopefully everyone's doing really well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying some of the videos that I have here. I've got a backlog now of some of my collections, some things that I open up, and just some things I just love to talk about. So I'm going to, instead of moving the figures, I'm going to kind of go pan around. All right, so we have Ganondorf, or Ganon, whichever you want to call him as, depending on where you are in Hyrule. We've got Ganon over here from the from the Wind Waker. We've got Link in the green back here, and we'll go with the Master Sword. Maybe we can point things out. So there's Link. We've got the Ganons here. There's another Ganon. We have Princess Zelda, We have Princess Zelda as a small child. We have, oh my gosh, Impa, almost forgot. Over here, we have Epona, or Epona. Here we have the Sheik. Okay, we have some Moblins. I've got one over here too. Now this is the kid in the forest. I forgot the name. You guys can put it in, help me out here again. I wasn't really thinking. But he does have Majora's Mask on his face. So let's take a look at this little guy. A lot of these are the Nintendo characters. Some of these were done by Jax. And let's take a look at this one. So that mask, that's Majora's Mask. And Majora, again, that's another one of those characters that was good, was not bad. There's been videos on Majora, just the mask itself. And then there's the kid's face. Then the mask does not come off. But when I found this figure, I said, oh my gosh, yes. Now, if you play the video game Legend of Zelda, Legend of Zelda, Link has an opportunity to put masks on to become some of the characters. So this is Link with one of his masks on. I believe it was the Deku mask. And if I'm wrong, I do apologize. Where Link turned into one of these little characters. A little forest character, but pretty cool nonetheless. In the back here, we have the Dark Link. That was, I'm trying to think. Again, a lot of these characters, I'm trying to remember where I got. I'm not sure if that was Jack specific or if it was Toy Biz. Some of these characters, like the one in the back here, these two were Toy Biz, and so was Epona. Again, I'm not the person who you'd want to do that, to be the person who could tell you what was going on. Now, the cool thing about the Legend of Zelda figures that I'm about to show you here, these came out of, little gashapons, so little capsules. And one of the cool things, now this is Link's sister from, everyone, I know you guys are all screaming the name here, Wind Waker. And that's why. Here we go. I do apologize. But check it out. As you move her head, her eyes move too. So I've got 3 of these here. And if you take a look at their hands, very delicate. Kind of like Lego hands, but they're not Lego. Again, we'll get to some of the accessories for that. So I just want to show you. Again, that's why if you look at Link and the Toon Link, that would be the one that would be over here. I don't have the sword anymore. This one here and Toon Link, and that's Tetra in the back. And there's another version of Tetra as the Gashapon one. And if you don't know what a Gashapon is, it's basically, it's a capsule toy. And these particular ones, these are approximately, you know, let's get the measuring stick here. Let's get the ruler out. And too much of a close-up. All right, so Tetra is just a little bit over 2 inches tall. Again, really cool collection. At least I feel this is a cool collection. And again, with Tetra, her eyes, you move her head, her eyes move. Kind of a cool, creepy feature to have with the character, but that's okay. Let's take a look at some of the accessories that these figures come with. So, we did have the Master Sword. This is one version of the Master Sword. We have some of Link's accessories. So we have a heart container. So if you know anything about The Legend of Zelda, you have to collect hearts. And there's the telescope that was in the Wind Waker. And this one, I believe, is from the Wind Waker. Here's some of the Hylian shields. Look at the detail. We got the Triforce on there. Hopefully we'll... Can we do it? Yeah, so there's a Triforce. These things are really, really well detailed. And for being so small... Now, I think one of these is the wooden shield, and don't ask me which one's which. So, I'm just kind of showing you here. Link has a variety of shields that he's used. Still with the Hylian crest on there, and the Triforce, so the 3 triangles. Alright. And this was for the Sheik. The Sheik wound up teaching Link different songs. Link can actually play some songs. And if you remember that annoying, and I'm going to say it because everyone else thinks it, the annoying little fairies. Now, I think this is supposed to be like Navi. This is probably not Navi because it comes from the Wind Waker series. But this was the first fairy that I was able to acquire. Pretty cool. And again, very, very tiny, very small. The Dark Link. This is the Dark Link's shield. Pretty cool. And Dark Link also comes with, Dark Link's over here. Dark Link is approximately 4 inches tall. Looks like Link, except he's like a shadow, or you call him Shadow Link. I think that's one of their, comes with plot spot for his version of the Master Sword. And again, and people are like, that's not the Master Sword because that is Shadow Link. Okay, I'm sorry. Again, I love the series. I can't tell you definitively which one's which, but check it out here. There was a game called Four Swords. So these were the gashapons. I'm gonna get to this in a minute. I was able to have some of the stuff from the gashapons, so you get to see. Oh, so here's Link with the fairy. All right, so this fairy came. Okay, so this was the Four Swords Link. So I do apologize. Link with a red tunic. Link with a blue tunic, which I do not have. Link with a purple tunic. Now these are very expensive on eBay. I forgot how I got a hold of these, but check it out. See, here's the creepy little eyes that move. So in there, again, you guys can pause the video if you'd like to read this. I could probably Google translate this now with my Google Lens, but I'm not going to do that. But here we go. Okay, so it was Avian. So that was the company that made these. Oh, look, you can call them if you'd like. Give them a call and say, hey, this guy is talking about your products and has no idea. So I'll make sure I give a shout out to them. Now, one of the cool things, which I had to get, if you do know the game, this is the Tingle Tuner. So if you wanted to get a hold of the wannabe fairy Tingle, you would, get a cable. You'd play in the game, and I think this was the Game Boy Advance. Again, this is off the top of my head. I'm saying this. So you would put it in. One player would be Link, and then the other person could be Tingle. And I think Tingle had a balloon. That was another thing. In order for Tingle to fly, he attached a balloon to him. And here it is. I got the Tingle Tuner. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So very small. And again, if you needed to contact Tingle, you would contact Tingle with the Tingle Tuner. And now, at the end of the video, I will show you. This is the figure that started off my collection. Again, this was probably back in like 88, 89. This is my original vintage Legend of Zelda figure. Now again, it's a PVC figure, so he is not going anywhere. And you can take a look in the back. And I'm looking here while I'm talking to you, and I see 1980. Is that 86 on there? It can't be. I think I got this. I think I acquired it around 88, 89. But this was my first Legend of Zelda figure. I was like, oh my gosh, this is Link. This is, again, when I first started, playing the game, they didn't have figures that were available, back in like 88, 89. So if you got one of these PVC figures, and if you saw my other Mario video and also my Donkey Kong video with those PVC figures, you would know what I'm talking about. And this is what Nintendo did originally. And again, very tiny figure. Comes with the sword, comes with the shield. And he's approximately like almost 2.5 inches tall. So pretty cool figure. I'm like so glad I held on to this figure. It's not really worth a lot of money. I think between like 10 and 20 bucks maybe for the figure. And I probably got it for about $3 or $4. you know, approximately. But for me, it was Link. And I was like, oh my gosh, my first Link figure. This is my first Link figure. And again, you know, not really sculpted well, but, you know, again, pretty cool. I was pretty excited. Anyway, so I just wanted to say thank you so much for following along. And now you got to see a little bit of my collection here. And you got to see me totally botch The Legend of Zelda. And it's incredible, very rich, you know, very great stories that it's produced over the years. But again, I was excited when I found these, and I said, you know, this would be really cool to show some of my followers here or people on YouTube. And again, you guys got to see just a little bit of my collection, and I'm just so glad to be able to show this to you guys, because you are my number one, and I appreciate it so much. Anyway, please, again, if this is the first time following or getting a hold of this channel, I would appreciate if you guys subscribe. Click a like on there so we can help grow the channel. Also, I have a Facebook page called The Dark Cosmic Universe. It's got some toy diorama stuff. Over Instagram, I do some stories over there using action figures. Check out. I've got like 100 plus for the story, 100 plus, you know, storylines, excuse me. And again, they're really quick, really fast, because with Instagram, you can only have so much time, you know, only so many words. And I try to put all these ideas into these photographs. So usually between 8 and, you know, between 6, actually probably 6 and 10 photos that I try to put in there. I try to tell a story using you know, these figures with pictures. And, you know, come up with a really cool background. At least I feel it's cool. This is my universe that I built. And that's the great thing about toys. You can do that. You can buy a toy. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to go to someone's universe. Batman can hang out with Popeye, or, you know, Captain America can hang out with Batman, you know, or Shazam. It doesn't matter. Just use your imagination, or you can hang out with Mario, anything like that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video and following and, you know, subscribing. I so appreciate it. I will see you soon here on the YouTubeosphere. Again, here we are, Legend of Zelda figures. Quite a collection, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Which was your favorite? Do you have any Legend of Zelda figures in your collection? If so, which ones do you own? Which ones do you own? Which ones are you looking forward to? Are you ready to purchase the next installment, Tears of the Kingdom, for your Nintendo collection? It's coming out soon, so I figured I would make this for that. You know, so people are thinking, ooh, we're thinking, you know, Zelda on the mind here, Legend of Zelda, and what's going on with that whole franchise and where they're taking their storyline. Anyway, my name is Avian Savage. This is the Dark Cosmic Universe. Saying hello to all my cosmic commanders out there, and thank you for watching. Please make sure you check me out on Instagram, Facebook. I've got an eBay page selling some really cool retro and vintage like t-shirts, some toys, not a lot there. And then checking me out here on the YouTubeosphere. Again, my name is Avian Savage. This is the Dark Cosmic Universe. We'll see you guys soon. Stay cosmically insane, my friends, and thanks again for tuning in. And we'll do a quick close-up of all the figures. Which one was your favorite? You know, I'm going to say my first Zelda was Link was my favorite. But all these I've collected over the years. These are just like so much fun. And again, if you'd like to start a toy collection, there's plenty of avenues out there for you guys to buy stuff, you know, to find all these really cool figures. Anyway, gotta go. Talk to you guys soon here in that cosmic universe. See you soon. Bye.